Hello, Don Radula here, and this time I'm serving you up a narrative meditation. So you might think to yourself, what is that? And you might try Googling, and I'm not sure that you're going to find something instantly because I very much made up that phrase a moment ago. But what it's going to consist of is an encouragement to right now go and open up a text, not a digital text. I mean a story or a novel or an article that you loved, either as a child or a couple of years ago, something that you forgot about. And go read a page and see if that brings you back to a really wonderful time in your life. The premise here is that, when we're studying, oftentimes, again, it feels like the world is closing in on us. At least it does for me. And it's an important practice for me to remind myself that there are lots of good things that exist outside of the scope of this one single exam. So yes, feel free to pause the recording and go find the childhood story that you loved and captured you and captivated your attention. But from my end, I thought I would read you the last page of the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant, a story from Roald Dahl, which is very nostalgic for me because I loved that story. And so while studying earlier today, I remembered the BFG for some reason, and I did exactly what I just suggested that you should do. And so I thought I'd share. And as you read, just keep your mind open. You can practice deep listening. That is, listening without needing to interject with ideas, but rather listening for the sake of it. Listening as a way of attaching yourself to the leading edge of someone's voice as they pronounce their words. So are you ready for a little bit of story time? The BFG expressed a wish to learn how to speak properly, and Sophie herself, who loved him as she would a father, volunteered to give him lessons every day. She even taught him how to spell and to write sentences. And he turned out to be a splendid, intelligent pupil. In his spare time, he read books. He became a tremendous reader. He read all of Charles Dickens, whom he no longer called Doll's Chickens, and all of Shakespeare, and literally thousands of other books. He also started to write essays about his own past life. When Sophie read some of them, she said, "These are very good. I think perhaps one day you could become a real writer." "Oh, I would love that," cried the BFG. "Do you think I could?" "I know you could," Sophie said. "Why don't you start by writing a book about you and me?" "Very well," the BFG said. "I'll give it a try." So he did. He worked hard on it, and in the end, he completed it. Because the BFG was a very modest giant, he wouldn't put his name on it. He used somebody else's name instead. But where, you might ask, is this book that the BFG wrote? It's right here. And you've just finished reading it. So call it what you will, maybe sappy, but I think somewhat fitting that if the big friendly giant can learn how to read and write essays, so can you, if that's exactly what you're doing right now. And the ending, hopefully, also invites you back to the present, where you can believe in your potential and Don't let yourself forget that this is the book. This is the chapter of being a student. So embrace it as best you can and be proud of how much you've developed. And also, remind yourself to do nice things and engage with the things that actually give you joy while studying for your exams. Signing off, Dawn Radula.